Are you a highly sensitive person? Should you change? A sensitive person's brain is different. Research points to some advantages. By Marwa Azab, Ph.D. It is certain that being insensitive is an undesirable trait, but does that mean that the opposite, being sensitive, is a desirable one? Apparently, in our Western society we cannot make up our minds. We consider either being insensitive or being sensitive to be unfavorable. Society demands that sensitive people develop thicker skin, and that insensitive people be more considerate. But what does highly sensitive really mean? Is highly sensitive person a scientific term? As it turns out, there is actually research on this innate trait, high sensitivity. The scientific term is sensory processing sensitivity, SPS. People who are highly sensitive are born that way? It is not something they learned. As children they might be described by teachers as shy or inhibited, especially in Western countries. As adults, they might be described as introverts. It is important to note that not all sensitive people are shy or introverts. In fact, 30% of HSP are thought to be extroverts. A HSP has a rich and complex inner life, is deeply moved by the arts and music, gets easily overwhelmed, has difficulty performing a task when being observed, easily startles, is sensitive to pain, caffeine, and hunger, is attuned to inner bodily sensations, readily notices sensory changes. A case study of a young female who would be classified as OHSP. Fatima likes to throw herself in the arms of nature. She experiences the blueness of the oceans like nobody else. As she walks, she feels like trees bend just a little to talk to her. Mountains provide her with a sense of greatness, like there is something out there much bigger than humans. When she enters a room, she is the first to notice odors, subtle sounds, and startles easily. When she watches TV series, she immerses herself in each of the characters. It takes her days to recalibrate her sense of self after watching a movie or reading a book. She's an amazing teacher. However, when the principal observes her class, she gets overwhelmed and delivers her worst performance. The week before her menstrual cycle, she is very focused on her pelvic pain, and PMS causes her to be irritable, have foggy brain, and make poor decisions. She is very conscientious, wants to avoid making mistakes at all costs. She is guarded around people so that she does not say anything wrong, which would make her very anxious. At the same time, she easily gets affected by others' moods and stories. Researchers link this trait to positive qualities but also to mental illnesses. It is not surprising that this trait is found in artists, poets, and is linked to giftedness, creativity, and empathy. At the same time, HSP is at a higher risk of depression and other mental illnesses. They are also at a higher risk of burnout, because they get easily overwhelmed. This is why it is critical to know if you are HSP, so you can seek out relationships and environments that make you shine. See the last section. The brain of HSP is different. There are biological reasons for all the components of this trait. HSP's brain is wired differently and the nervous system is highly sensitive with a lower threshold for action. This hyperexcitability contributes to increased emotional reactivity, a lower threshold for sensory information, for example bothered by noise, or too much light, and increased awareness of subtleties, for example quick to notice odors. There are also changes at the macrobrain level. The areas associated with this trait greatly overlap with the brain areas that support empathy. Also, they have a hyperactive insula, which explains their heightened awareness of their inner emotional states and bodily sensations. This hyperactivity explains their sensitivity to pain, hunger, and caffeine. There is also some recent evidence that this trait is related to the infamous 5-HTLPR gene, serotonin gene, implicated in many psychological conditions, such as depression. How to make the most of your high sensitivity. Reduce the number of intense stimuli in your environment. Limit the number of tasks when multitasking. Avoid burnout by noticing early warning signs, such as feeling overwhelmed and anxious. Get your thoughts and deep emotions on paper so that they won't cloud your brain. Try mindfulness meditation, especially to deal with high sensitivity to pain. This will teach you to acknowledge pain as the sum of sensations suspended from the label of pain. Take advantage of your creativity, draw, color or write. Take advantage of your predisposition for higher empathy to strengthen relationships, to become a better coworker, and to assure your self-worth. Be comfortable in your sensitive skin, own it and never be ashamed of it. Be honest about your predisposition to be OHSP, especially in close relationships. But don't forget to highlight the positive aspects: more empathy, deep thinker, able to see things from a different perspective, appreciation of arts and music, and others' positive qualities.